The White House just got caught posting fake photos of Trump. This is the real photo, and this is the photo that the White House posted. Piggy is decomposing in real time. The White House.
Clear that weapon. Clear it, clear it, clear it. Here, pull that bolt back. Pull back. Pull it hard. Pull it hard. Pull it hard. Hold it there. Feel anything? There's nothing in the chamber? No? Cool, let it go. AG, get that belt in there. Give him some help. There it is. Get it in there. Drop that latch. Drop that latch. Pull it back. Hard. Pull it hard.
Hold fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull. Alright, I got you. Watch out. Fire that shit.
The White House.
Read the caption. They all built bad. They all got beer bellies, you know, big backs. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that ruled well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of Yasharallah. Quick lesson, man, on, hey, you know, as the king is, so is his officers, all right, so is his people, all right. And this is a Russian right here, okay? This is off of the brother Mahalaya, the head of Kansas City's YouTube channel. All right, he did a video. It says Russians are a different breed of men. You Americans are in trouble. Exactly, man. Because Russia, people, the daily life of Russia compared to the daily life in America is two different worlds, man. Russia is a hard country. All right, hardened country. It's always cold. All right, snowing. Even the summers are bad. All right, the summers get really hot. You know, bugs everywhere, mosquitoes, flies. All right, they don't got the delicacies and the comforts and the conveniences as much over here in America. Okay, so these people are born, you know, even their generations before them, they had to go through much war. All right, in hard times. All right, World War II, World War I. All right, Russia's always been at war. Okay, they're still at war. All right. With Ukraine, their neighbors, which used to be their own people, man, all right? Okay. You know, the food in Russia is not very good tasting, but it's healthy for you, all right? But yeah, this is a Russian, okay?
Do probably 300.
Russian bodybuilder. Russian bodybuilder. Look at this guy. All right, first thing that pops up in my head is this guy, man. All right, he's younger than me. All right, this dude is strong as shit. Okay, if you've seen this dude's workouts, all right, you're like, what the hell, you know? All right. Russian MREs compared to USA MREs in ingredients. Alright, I might have to make a part 2. I started late. Alright. Alright. I don't know why. The Russian MREs, alright, the military food compared to the USA MREs are different, man. Alright, because the USA MREs, alright, is a whole bunch. It's just basically like children's food, whole bunch of preservatives, okay, food coloring, okay. But the Russian MREs, they're actual food, alright. And you can go on YouTube. I'm not gonna do it in this video, alright. You know, you can go see. Look, you know, Army steak, and this guy's USA canned pizza. Hey, I would prefer the steak, you know, because that has more nutrients. All right, pizza, what the hell? That ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. It's gonna leave you hungrier. You know, you're gonna be, tired and hungry, sluggish. All right, look at this Russian MRE, actual food, and if you read the ingredients, all right, there's no preservatives, very little. But the USA, they got sucralose, artificial sweeteners, artificial ingredients, all right, okay, food colorings, you know, aspartame, there's just horrible soybean oil, all right, which makes you more feminine. You don't want to be like that in the military, acting feminine. Look at this. Look at all these ingredients, all right. All right, that's the USA one. All right. You know, if I can find it. I can't read that, obviously, but it's very little ingredients, man. All right. They're not gonna have it in English, obviously. But hey, go on YouTube and compare them, man. All right, the Russian military is being fed actual food, but the USA military is being fed slop. All right, fake food. All right. You know, these Russians are built for war, but you Americans aren't ready for this World War III, this ground war that's gonna come. All right, if it be on the USA soil or in the Middle East soil, which it's gonna probably be in both. All right. Vladimir Putin on horse. All right, this is an actual picture. This is not AI. All right, because this picture was shot before AI. All right, before AI existed or was being used. And hey, this guy got pecs. All right, he has a slight dad bod, but hey, Donald Trump looks like a actual pig. Look, he has some type of abs, all right? You know, this is the president, the leader of Russia, all right? And Donald Trump, hey, he's literally, he could pass away at any day, any moment, man, all right? Because he eats McDonald's all day. This man, he doesn't eat McDonald's all day. He takes care of his body, man. You know, he's probably going to eat that fish, all right? You know, later that day, all right? And the country of Russia isn't as polluted, all right, as America is. You know, America is totally polluted. The fish, hey, how do you say it? The Russians, East Russians, the ones that look like Mongolians and Asians, all right, they just eat the fish raw out of the water, all right. You know, because there's very little parasites, all right, and toxins in that water at all. You know, they just eat it raw. They freeze it and they eat it frozen, you know, like a popsicle, you know. Okay, I'm gonna say fuck it, you know, bring out some precepts, man. All right. Okay, so You know, you saw the American people. You saw their military. That little, you know, that dude. All right, they're accepting anybody. Women, men, women. All right, boys. Okay, you can't even cock back that gun, man. All right, Sirach 10:2. As the judge of the people is himself, so is his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. In America, they're not ready for no war, man. The civilians, people are all fat. The people I work with, you know, they're out of shape for the most part. Very few of them take care of themselves. You know that goes for most of America. All right, but in Russia, there's very few, and I mean very few, overweight, out of shape, unhealthy people. And those that are unhealthy are the rich people. And even then, they have knowledge to take care of themselves. But here in America, the regular everyday people, even the president, is out of shape. They eat McDonald's and they don't give a damn. They're not ready for war. That's why Donald Trump is making bonehead decisions. All right, his officers and people beside him, they're ignoring him in the office. All right, Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Forborne to fight means they don't want to fight. All right, they're too wussy to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. All right, you saw that soldier. He can't even cock back a, I believe that's a 50 cal. All right. They became as a woman. They became as women. All right. They became as women. All right. The mighty men of Babylon, in America's modern day spiritual Babylon. All right. These men have became women, literally. All right. In the military, they allow you, if you want to, you could change your sex. If you're a boy or man and you want to become a woman, the military, they pay you, and you could be a woman if you want to. There's these men, because they're not really men. There's these guys. All right. It's in the military, U.S. military, doing girly, feminine TikTok videos. With makeup on and shit. Very few military men in the U.S. Army and Marines and whatnot are actually built, like these Russians. And if they are, they take steroids, all right? Because the food here in America, all right, don't give you the right nutrients, all right, for you to be built like those Russians, all right? Those Russians don't take steroids like that. I mean, that one big dude, that bodybuilder, yeah, he takes steroids, all right? Isaiah 14:10, all they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Hey, America's becoming weak as these other nations, all right? Okay, because they have fell into their dainties, their pleasures, their conveniences, and America's became lazy, and they're gonna get steamrolled in this World War II. This World War III. They're gonna get destroyed. They're already being destroyed and messed up in the Middle East, all right? That they have to hide and lie about the casualties, all right, of the U.S. Troops in the Middle East during this war that just popped off last year, all right, and it's still going off, man, all right.